Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hopefully, we all can hear me. We're playing a little bit of creatively with the audio today. Nick couldn't hear the audio. He would have been very impressed with the fact we're playing the Pinball Wizard from The Who in reference to Nick. Some people decided that would be a great idea. So, welcome, everyone. I want to check my audio stuff, make sure it looks like it's going okay. Testing, testing. Yep, sounds okay, looks okay. If you have any audio yeah, no, Nick is not playing this morning. We've got a full day ahead. We're going to hit this really fast, really hard. I do have a couple of paperwork announcements I want to make first. I'm going to go ahead and hide Nick briefly here for a second. Hide this as well. The training today, once again, this channel is a 1 hour of live FileMaker training. Welcome to everyone that's here. We really appreciate your support in bringing this daily FileMaker training every day, every day, every day. We bring it to you at 1 o'clock Pacific time, and we're very excited to have that. We do see you, Nick, so don't get too creative over there. You're in a little corner of the window. But you can see the upcoming schedule right here, and he's drinking water. Hopefully that's good. Monday, Tuesday next week, we're going to be doing the SQL for beginners with Calvin Moseyman. And then we'll be kind of going back and forth between myself presenting, Calvin presenting, and Nick presenting on various topics. So we want to say thank you to everyone who's here. Jesse, Christian, Tim, John, Top Cat, everyone from all over the place. You folks are awesome. Robert from Katarina. Welcome again, Robert. Awesome. And so there's an interesting bit here. One out of the recorded, Ken wants to know the Pinball Wizard. Yeah, it's a one-shot deal. It will be cut from our recording that will be saved. So you folks see the 3-minute warm-up. The 3-minute warm-up is cut out of any of our ongoing video content. So that material will be cut out. Cool. That's from Ken. Michael Gravel from Montreal. Ed, sample files class provided. Does not respond with like Nick's on screen specifically. Can't pick multiple departments. Yeah. So if you, Ed, if if you think the sample file, I need a couple things out there. So Nick answered some questions, but he was clearly customizing the sample file in flight, and so. My suggestion would be that if you want that sample file to do something that you think it should do or doesn't do the way you think it should do it, reach out to the coaching team. Send an email to support at RC Consulting and ask them to give you a free hour of coaching. I suggest that's the best way of handling it because they can sit there and go through that with you. And it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost them anything, and they're happy to provide the hour of coaching to answer that question for you. We're not going to be able to go back and rehash the last 3 days. At this point, that ship has sailed. We're moving on to the UI makeup design part of the course at this point. Once again, Candido's there. It's awesome. Albuquerque's there. No problem. Thank you. And then, so the question comes up on the music that we have on that channel. Either we license all of it or any music that's exposed temporarily will be removed is the way we handle that. But for the most part, all the music that you hear on the channel is purchased and copyright released. Nick, are you ready to work on your Colleen's Titanic makeover disaster?
Yes, I am ready. And thank you, everybody, to be here again. And we really appreciate that. So, so let unmask this and share my screen. So, before we go, I want to answer the question here about the multiple. If you open the file, you receive the sample file.
Listen,
You go here, you have multiple version of the same layout here. Yeah.
you're going to go ahead and show this
So
anyway.
just select
You're
the
trying
one
to
name accounts.
endlessly bribe Ed, so that's fine, I guess. So that's funny.
No, it's okay. No, just to say, okay, go here and you have the multiple, and then this one is doing multiples. So that's it. That's all what I want to
What'd
say.
you do? You should.
So
What'd you do
okay, so what it's about today?
No, I'm trying to understand what you
Oh,
did on it. What did you
okay.
do? You did it so fast, I didn't even catch it. Where did?
Uh, okay. So let me open this again. Okay. So when you go here on the menu, you have multiple. This is the main layout, the one that go okay, and the one I build multiple version of the same layout here. So you go to account GTR multiple, and this one has the multiple department.
Got it. You have to change layouts. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So it's in there, and the problem is I was talking to people, and you throw this out pretty fast, Nick, so we don't always catch all of it on the first.
Okay,
pass.
no problem. Yeah. So let's put that on the side. Actually, I can hide it in case we need it. So what's it about today?
This is choline. This is what choline looks like. Choline.
This is what
choline.
This is choline. This is choline.
Choline. You have a lot of facial hair. I have concerns.
No, this is okay. What we are going to do today, we are going to bring you from this guy to this guy.
Ooh.
Right? So we are going to bring you to the professional side of things. This is what we do at home. Like, if I do something like electric and stuff like that at home, all my fuses blows, and and I end up calling this guy. So now with FileMaker, we need to do the same thing. We need to bring you to this guy here. Okay. So that's what we want to do today.
Jeez.
Okay. So
sorry,
so
I'm replying to people over here. They missed the link from yesterday, so I'm going to answer their questions. You keep going, Nick.
Okay. So why I picked this solution is because it is a typical solution that we all made one day, or we all have. Okay. So I built stuff like that before. It's because it's something to have a solution when it's a solution for yourself, a solution you have for you, and by heart that what this button is doing because you build it and you remember it. So it's okay when it's built for yourself, like internally, or even for myself. I have a pretty bad and ugly solutions because it's for me. I don't care about if it looks great. I don't care if it works great. I just want the thing to be done, and I don't have time to spend on making it pretty. Now, that being said, things are different when you start sharing your solution with other people. So remember the time for the oldest of you. You remember, and for the younger, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to learn something. Back in the day, all softwares, all of them, were coming with a book. All software were coming with a manual of instruction that were telling you everything you need to know on the software, like what to click here, to do this, to do that. Okay, nowadays, no software are coming with the book. Why? Is because nowadays everybody is supposedly trained and accustomed to certain UI and certain way to do things. Nowadays, we are confronted with UI, with GUI, what we call GUI, is a graphical user interface, okay? So we are confronted with GUI at the bank, at the ATM, at McDonald's, at, last time when we were, together, Richard, we went to Chevy's and we had this tablet on the table. Everywhere, all the time, on the phone, on tablet, on computers, everywhere you have now GUI and you have interfaces. So that means now the people are educated on what it is. It's no longer necessary to explain what something is doing. So back in the day, it was acceptable for FileMaker user to learn your development. I remember back in the day, I was training the people how the system I built was working, and people were taking notes like that, right? So this is no longer valid. This is not something you want. We call that the learning curve. The learning curve is when you need to learn something before you can start using it. Okay. I am the happiest man in the world when my customers, when I call my customer and say, okay, hey, do you need a help about how it works? Do you need training? Do you need something? He said, no, we don't need. It's okay. We found out. It's fine. So this get me thrilled because that means I succeeded. So now you need to understand when you share a solution, you need to have you need to follow multiple rules, and the rules are not here to bother you; they're here to help you. So let me explain. You can get the people to use your solution very quickly if you are consistent in what you do. For example, if you do something differently on each layout to address the same tasks, you lose the people. You're going to lose the people because they say, okay, hold on, I was clicking here and there for on this layout, and now on this one is different to do exactly the same task. Or the consistent, when you're consistent, you say, okay, oh, I thought the new button was there, now on this layout, okay, on one layout the new button is on the top left, and on this layout the new button is on the bottom right? So you're not consistent. So lack of consistency, you lose people. Now, to be consistent, the better way is to follow rules, because we as human are not consistent. Maybe one day I will wake up and I want to do things one way, and the next day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do the thing different ways because this is another day, right? So as human, we are not consistent by nature, right? So in order to help you to be consistent on what you do, and that is valid for everything in life, to help you to be consistent, we have rules, like if one day you don't want to stop at the red sign on the streets, right? Because this is a day I don't want to do it. Okay, you will be in trouble with the police. That's exactly the same here. To help you to be consistent, you need to follow some rules. They are very simple, and we are going to articulate them right now. So before I start to play with the thing, Richard, do we have any question on this?
No, you put them all to sleep with. You need to start building stuff and put more explosions and sound effects in here too. So,
I don't believe anybody is sleeping.
okay, well,
Okay.
they all like I like shot them with tranquilizers. They're all quiet. I mean, there's nothing happening on the screen right
Yeah,
now.
but this is okay. Look, it is important to bring the thing, or otherwise, So let's explain the rules now. Let's explain the thing. So here we have what we call the two things here. We have what we call the Christmas tree effect. Christmas tree, that means there's so many colors that we don't understand anything anymore because there's too many colors, or there are colors talking to one person, the person who built this. Okay, so for the person who built this is talking, but that's it. Okay, so it's not self-explanatory why this is green, why this is pink. We have no idea. Okay, so we have what we call the Christmas tree effect. And the second thing we have here, we have what we call the combo pizza effect. So what is a combo pizza effect? It's like everything is on the table and ready to be used at all time. So let's say you are in your kitchen, okay, and you have all the utensils, all the plates, everything in the cabinet. You have everything exposed on the counter. That's what we have now. We have no drawers, we have no cabinet, we have nothing. We have a giant table, giant counter, and we have everything on the counter. This is what we have here. So we are going to show now how we organize things. So first things we do uh, to work on this, I need to bring the what I call my universal scripts. I have scripts, so you can build script that you can reuse and reuse and reuse all over in all the solution. That helps you for the consistency as well, because you reuse the same script, so you are going to reuse the same method to achieve tasks, right? So I'm using the same solution always, because this is the one I'm working right now on it, and it's the most up to date. So that's why I'm using this one. It's not that I have only this one. So what I want to copy all those scripts. I want to copy them. Okay, I want to copy all of them because those scripts are universal scripts. They're scripts that are tied to no context. They work everywhere. Okay, so let's copy those scripts, and I'm going to paste them here. Okay, so I'm going here. I'm going to create a new folder here and say, okay, this is all scripts. Okay, and I'm going to drag those here, and we are going to close this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to paste the new scripts. Yes, that's not. It's okay. We don't need that. Okay, so here I have all my script that I need. Okay, and as you can see, they all work. I don't have any red. Okay, this is special is because of the audit log, but otherwise they all other than the audit log, they all work. Okay, they all work. There's no red stuff. Okay, this one is special too. It's the famous audit log, but other than that, they all work. Okay, so so I'm going to use those scripts for my construction. So I need them. I know I need them because this is the basis of everything I'm using, especially for the navigation and stuff. So the first thing we are going to do here, we are going to take care of those. You know, those scripts here. I mean, let's take care of that later. But we are going to take care of those scripts here. Many scripts. Those are all buttons that triggers scripts, right? They all trigger one script, another script, etc. So we are going to take care of that later. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move everything on the side. Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move. Actually, no. Actually, the best is to create a new layout. Let's create a new layout. So create a new folder. I call that old layout. Okay, and I'm going to move that here. Okay, so where's the okay? I'm going to move that here. Okay, doesn't want to do that. Okay, finally. Okay, so I have all the let's create a new layout. Okay, so this is server population. Okay, so server population. So new layout, computer, server population, form, and I call that new server. Okay, so this is the new server layout. Okay, so first thing we need to do now that I have this, I'm not going to use this river touch theme. I'm going to import the theme from another solution. So I'm going to show you how to those header and footer they have a very specific meaning now, and then they're no longer necessary if you don't need them for kind of a list view or I mean, for in a form view, like we are going to build right now, those header and footer are no longer necessary. So now I'm going to resize the layout, the size I want here. So the size is hold on. The size is 1419. This is the size of the width. You know, okay. 1419, and I want the 728. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm typing people. We have people coming in trying to figure out. I've had 2 or 3 people ask the same question this morning about the multi-select, so we're repeating it to them as they come in. Everyone wants your multi-select sample from yesterday. I don't know if anyone gives a shit about this, but yesterday's multi-select thing is the hot item. I mean, it's like if you're like I don't know, the hottest actor or actress, you're like the A-list person. That yesterday's stuff was that. So this I don't know. I don't know if anyone cares about this.
But if we don't care, we can stop right now. Really?
No, they're going. I don't know. I mean, they're just not saying too much. I mean, I think they. No, it's good. Keep going. The problem with this, Nick, there's not a lot of explosions in it, It's like, it's like pouring concrete on a new building. It's not very exciting until the building goes up. So yeah,
Okay, so
keep
let's
keep
okay.
keep, keep pouring your concrete. You're doing great.
Okay, no, I mean, look, I'm going to change the script. Okay, let's abandon what I want to do here, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. So I want to. So where is the menu? Okay. So we are going to we are going to take care of this. Okay. So let's make a bomb here. Let's drop a bomb. You see here, this is fantastic. There's a lot of things. Okay, we don't even know what is for, and because when you have too many things on the layout, you don't know what you're looking for. So let's say I'm going to tell you I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, this. I'm going to get rid of this, and this. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. All of this will go away. Okay. So all of this on the layout. So how we do that, okay? The problem is, okay, I won't have the full construction to show this, but I'm going to try to do it. So instead of showing everything here, okay, we are going to show only what is needed. So let's take this. I'm going to select those. I'm going to show how I'm doing things, right? This is what the purpose of today things. The makeover of something, you have to put concrete. I mean,
everyone now is agreeing that you should keep going. You're fine. That they're quietly watching you is what's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Anyway, let's say I'm copying those fields here, and I want those. Let's create a new window here. And I want those fields in it. So I'm going to copy those fields. See, I'm going to copy this, and this. I'm going to copy those fields, and I'm going to paste here. Okay, so you can see those fields are not in the right format, but I don't care. I select all the fields, the text fields, and I'm going to the style. Okay, and I have all my style here, and I want the side minimal design. That's what I want. And this is the labels, and I want the labels to be the tiny field label. Okay, that's what I want. So I select those. See, those are all over the place, and I click here, and I'm selecting the arrange and align here, and I align everything like that. Then I want those fields to be all the eight of the field. I want to be the same of this one. So I select those. I select this one, and I say, okay, I want you to resize to the smallest 8. Okay. Now I have this. I want to resize this to the same size. So what I'm doing here, I'm resizing to the minimum. Then I'm selecting this one. I resize big, and then I want this to be the same size. So it's 29 of 8. I select this, and I put 29 here. And see here now how it goes. It goes very quickly. So now what I want to have this title here, this title here, this title here, and this title here, and this title here. But I want everything to be vertically distributed like that. So what I'm doing, I'm putting them roughly like that and then I'm using this tool here. That means the space distribute vertically. And then I align this, and then I'm saying those those are here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now I reproduce this in a fraction of a second. Okay. I reproduce those fields. Okay. So this is how I'm doing to get things done quickly. If you do manually, if you don't use those tools, if you don't use those align tools, if you don't learn how to use those tools, you spend a day to do this. and you will end up having something like that, you know, because you don't align things very well. Okay, so now that I have this, I want to take care of the address. See the address here? You have the street, the PO box, the city, and etc., etc., etc. You have all those fields. So how I can get those fields to show up in one field only? So I'm going to my solution here. Sorry, I have only one screen, so it's kind of so I'm going to one layout. I don't remember which layout, but I know I have one layout I can use this. I think in projects. So I don't know why this is slow. Low.
We're here,
Okay.
Nick. We're here,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah, no. It's slow. It's slow. Okay, so yeah, because I'm sharing my screen. That's why. So let's go to projects. I think here I have bingo. I want something like that. This is, you see the address. This is the address, 1338th Street, Odessa, Texas. And when you click here, bam, you have all the fields. You don't need those fields all the time. All time, the field to be available. And here are the rules. Here, why you don't need this. Ask yourself, how many times this guy will move address? How many times that will happen? Twice a day, 3 times a day? How many times the guy will move? Right? He will never move, right? So you don't need those fields to be there all the time. You need to have those fields on the core, right? So how we do that? So I'm going to show you how we do this. So we have I'm copying this block. Then I don't have to reproduce it. I copy it because I have it, and then I paste it here. So I go here. So you see the benefit of having a consistent UI is because you can borrow something from one solution and paste it, and you don't even have to resize it because its size is presented the way it should be because you're consistent in what you do. So now I want to copy this field here, the site address block new. So site address block new, I'm copying this, and I'm going to paste here. Okay, so I have this. Let's remove the site address. Let's say address new. Okay, I change it to address new. Okay, so now in the address, I want to bring all the, what's the name? I want to bring all the fields that are involved in the address. So I have this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so, and actually I have this one too, and I have the yes also. So I want those fields to be here. So I'm going to make that bigger, okay? And I'm going to get those fields to look like to look like those, okay? So I'm going to select the fields, and I'm going to here and say, okay, I want to revert to change because they are already in default. I want to revert to the default change. So now I have the same fields. So now those fields, I know by heart that they are 25.8 because this is consistent with my UI. So I'm going to what's the name? Having those fields here. So I have the address, the PO box, the city. This must be the state, and this must be the zip, I guess. And this must be for the full address, the city zip full. I don't know what this is. Let me see what this is. Okay, we already have it. See, Tempe. Okay, we already have it. So I can reuse this field here to format, but for the demo I will do differently. So I'm going to resize those the same way as those. Sorry. I'm going to resize them the same way of those at 312. So 312. Okay. So, and I'm going to remove those here, and I'm going to put those here. Okay. Okay. So, And okay, for the demo, we're not going to do pixel by pixel precision, but you got the point, okay? So this is PO box, okay? So PO box, and so I have this, and now this I have the yes here, and I have this here. Okay. So what about the red and the why this shouldn't be red? It shouldn't be red because red has a meaning in computing. Red has a meaning, and I'm going to explain that later. But this cannot be red. Okay. So let's put that, and let's put that checkbox to the default. Okay. So now I have this here, and I'm going to I'm going to give you a tip. You want a bomb? Okay, here the bomb. Ready for the bomb? Okay. I want to transfer this field into a merge field immediately without searching and stuff like that. Here how you do. You want to transform this into this, a merge field. Okay? So you have the field, you double click. Okay, so when you do that, you double click and select the field. You click OK. You don't touch anything. You go insert merge field, and boom, it arrives automatically in the field you just selected. I'll redo it with something else. I want to transform that as a merge field immediately. I double click, I click OK, I go to merge field, and boom, it's there. I do it again. This one, I don't touch anything. I just validate. I open and validate, and then I insert merge field, and boom, now it's a merge field, right? So that was one bomb. Okay. So
that's a really good trick. I had not seen that one before. I think I just learned something new. I've been humbled again. So there we go.
Okay. So now, because you see those buttons here, this is a button. This is a popover. This is a popover. Okay, it's a popover button. So you can put here I want the field to be a name. Here on the button is different. On the button is different, but under what's the name on the popover, you can do it with using the merge field. Okay. So I want this field to be here as a title for this. Okay. So here I'm removing this one, right? And here I have my address. Okay. So I can do whatever, temper, if I change this, it change this. See, the title follow. So you don't need that here on top of those. You don't need all those fields and this one and this one, this one.
Okay,
right?
hold on a second. So Ron, okay, I was asking a question, talking online, and then you said something, and someone asked a question about that. Ron was asking Red red here. Oh no, where was Ron's question? Damn it. Question: what is the meaning of the color red? Question mark.
Okay.
That's what Ron asked.
Okay. No problem. So what is the meaning of this? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Okay. Go, careful, no way. Okay. What is the meaning of the stop sign that is red? Why stop sign is red? Right? Why, red mean no. Red means no way, means don't go, mean don't click, or be careful, or it's dangerous. It's hot. It's dangerous. So you don't do that. If you want to make this prominent, if you want to make this to be prominent, like that mean or mandatory or stuff like that, or mandatory. I don't remember. So you need to work on something else, okay, instead of putting red, because if you put reds all over the place, red, okay, what is dangerous and what is not dangerous anymore? Because if you call for the wolf all the time and there's no wolf, the day you will call for the wolf for real, nobody will move, right? So it's red is not something you use. You need to understand something. Let's make some let's have some theory here, some on the layout you can have multiple colors. So let's bring this. You see here you have, in this layout here, you have multiple colors. Some has a expression and some has a function. So that's what we call that a color can have a function and a color can have an expression, just here to make the thing more beautiful. Okay, like, the blue, those are expressions. They don't have functions. Okay, green and red has a function, meaning green at start, red at I'm ending, is stop, it's over. Okay, this is what I have, that's the meaning I have, right? And here you see mandatory here has orange, it's orange. Okay, so that means you need to enter something here, right? Otherwise you still have this popping up. Okay, it's missing things. So you need to be consistency, and you don't need to use too many expressions. In this you have too many expressions, blue and another blue background, and another blue, and an orange, and a green, and a pink. This is too much. So it's not something we recommend in terms of design. So those are rules, right? And you don't need to have too many colors here, but you need to make the difference between expressions and what's the name, and functions in terms of color. Okay, I hope I've been precise here.
No, that's fine. That's perfect. Everyone got that.
Okay. So let's continue. So you can see here, I got rid of those. I got rid of all of those things here. So let's do something different. Let's continue, shall we? Why I have those here all the time, So do I need them to be there all the time? No, you don't. So what do you need? You need something like that. You need what we call accordion. Accordion is this, okay, is this. So let's take this accordion. So that's the benefit also to have a consistent UI. So I can have this here, right? And let's paste this. Let's clean up a little bit here. I remove this and I put that inside. Okay, so, and this is general info. Then I have contact info. Okay, so let's remove this. And in contact info, so here what we need to do. So I think we need, how many we need, how many accordion we need here. Where's my file? Did I close it? Oh, here. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need 4. So I have the general info and I have the contact info here. I need 4. Let's destroy this one, and let's make it like that.
Hey, okay. David has said not to use more than 4 colors in a layout. Was his question mark?
Yes. I would say 3 is the max coloring, but you can have you can have accents in the same color. Let me explain. Here you have no, in this one, but here you have these two are the same color. They have this. They don't have the same accent. You know what I mean? They one is darker than the other one. Then you have the gray here, right? But the gray here is the same gray as this one here, right? Then you have a darker gray when is inactive and blue when is active. You see, it's blue, gray. You see, this is gray and this is blue when it's active for the icon. So you can play a little bit with this. You have some freedom here to play with those things. Like for example, here I have a gray color still. You know, gray. Those are the same gray, by the way. So see, I'm using the gray to get something standing out on the screen, right? So it's then you can have also the those lines here on the poles. So, but don't put orange, pink, green, blue, purple, and no. You need to be on the more neutral colors. Because you need to understand that people are going to watch those screens for hours. So you don't want to kill them, their eyes, right? And you have people more susceptible to some colors, like I am myself. Okay, so but here we needed here what I want to convey between this side here and this one is to have a kind of a demarcation, to have a clear demarcation that this is something different than this, right? So here you can use the contrasted colors, right? But that's it. Don't use that contrast everywhere. Like you can see here, I use that contrast here, but here I use the light gray and white, not like blue and red, right? It's a contrasted color. You can use them once in the layout. That's it. Okay, this kind of contrast, right? It's all matter of balance. Okay, so let's continue. So here I have the general info, and here let's copy this and reproduce this general info and general info and general info. Okay, so this is my accordion. So I have the general info all over the place now. So now let's take care of the contact info. Okay, so I have the contact info, and here I paste this, and I want this disappear, and I want to paste those emails and all those things here, and all those things here. Okay, so I can have even the color, the button here. I don't know what this is. Let's mass export def. Okay, that's maybe something special, but I don't know what it is. Never mind. We can do it. So here I have those. So I use the same technique I used before. I'm selecting the fields. I change the field to my minimal design. Okay. Don't remember the 8. I think it's 29. Yeah, haha, 29. Okay, 29F. So and I do the same with my maybe some of you doesn't know, but when you click and when you drag, what we call a marquee. This is a marquee. Okay, that means you click and you drag. When you click and drag and you touch a field, it is on an object or whatever, it is selected. See, as soon as you touch it. But let's say I want to select only those. I want to embrace, not select. I want to embrace, not say. You see the difference? Okay, so you click Alt on PC and Command on the Mac, and you drag the Mac key with this key on the keyboard. Okay, see, now it's not touching, it's selecting. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. I because that's the way FileMaker used to work
Yes, and then
historically.
reverse.
I
Then
only
reverse. Yeah.
yeah, and I only use that now because unless I just want to touch something, but most of the time I want to fully enclose the item I'm going
Yeah.
after. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So but here I'm you know I took this opportunity because this is obvious what I want to do. Here I can just do this as a touch, and
yep,
here I want to embrace this. Sorry, I want to embrace this.
yep.
Right. So I want to I want to embrace this, and I want to do the tiny label. Okay, and so tiny label, I want to resize them. So let's put them roughly on the layout like that. Let's get my system here. So you align everything on the left, then you distribute, and then so it's here is the distribution didn't work because I forgot was something, obviously. Okay, so now it works. Free 12. See, when you're consistent, you know the length of the width and everything. And so you click here and you put that here. Okay. So now instead of doing this here for the mass stuff, so here the URL for the URL here, which one is opening the open URL, which one is the I don't remember which one it was. Okay. Oh, department URL. Okay. So what you do, you click here, you remove this, you put an icon, and you put a kind of a earth icon, something like that, and you put that revert, and you put this here. Okay. And you have your clean button here. What I like to do in that case here, I like to get this to disappear if that's empty. So what I'm doing is uh, I'm going to the hide object here, and I'm saying, okay, is empty URL department. Okay, so when the thing is empty, this disappear because that means you cannot click on something that is not there. So let's do the same here. So what I'm doing here, normally I'm doing a nice separation here. Oh, we don't need a separation, just other. So you have, see here, okay, here what I want, the goal here is to avoid the repetition, avoid repetition. Mass email, mass stuff. Sometimes you understand what it is. Email. You understand what it is, right? You don't need to repeat all the time the same thing. Okay. So here what I'm doing is this, mass email. I copied this and I'm put here, and text block, and make sure this is centered. Okay. So I have a text block here, mass emails. Okay. And then I'm doing here, I'm removing this, and I'm so mass email, actually we can do this mass email export. Okay. And so I'm doing this, so then I can just remove this and remove this. Know something, you must do all what you can to remove things from the screen. Too many words, too many things, it's unreadable. Oh, you can't understand anything anymore. There's too many things, we must all agree that there's too many things on the screen. Okay, so we need to everything you can remove. It's a bonus, but you don't want to remove the understanding of what the thing is doing. But here, obviously what I'm doing, I am conveying an understanding. I am hand holding the user instead of getting him to guess what it could be, right? So let's of course, all what I'm saying, don't get it personally. It's we're here to learn. Okay, we're here to get better.
I can't tell if anyone's taking it personal right now. Colleen's being very, very quiet. So,
okay. No, it's. I mean, it's not criticism of somebody personal. It's just that it's important. We learn here. So and so what we have here now, it's a better understanding of what's going on. So let's see how it looked like now. So I have the general info and I have the contact info. General info, contact info. They're still accessible the same. They are extremely accessible, right? And they are extremely understandable. Now, you say, yeah, but I want to know the email all the time. Okay, no problem. Here what you do, okay? You want the email, no problem. You remember what I told you about transforming. I want the main email. So let's say this is a mail email, okay? So the most prominent email you want to have, okay? So you transform that as a merge field, okay? So you remember my trick I told you, and you put that in the title here. You say this and this. So now what you do, you click on the T on the text tool and you select this, and you're going to change the color of this. So now we have this, and you have this. See? I have the address. I have the address. See? Oh, I didn't change the color. But you got the point. Okay, so you can still have the information. You just don't need to have everything all the time. You need to pick up what is important to you or what is important for the customer. Okay, but you cannot have, like in the kitchen, when you want utensils. I'm pretty sure that if I'm going to your home and I'm going to the kitchen, I'm going to ask you, where is a drawer for the utensils? If you don't have a drawer, that means you have a problem. That's exactly the same here. If you don't have the drawer for the utensils, you have a problem in your UI. It's that simple. It's that simple. So now we got rid of. So now you understand that we got rid of all of those. We got rid of all of those. So we have a very limited amount of things. So let's talk about this server thinking here. So we have a lot of things here. These service characteristics. Okay. So let's do the same here. Okay. So we have all those buttons and stuff like that here. Okay, those fields, sorry. But they look like buttons. See, my subconscious just said, oh, we have all those buttons because they look like buttons, right? They don't look like fields. Why? Because they have a background. You need to be consistent. The fields must look the same consistently. They can have a different treatment depending on what you want to convey, okay? But they must look alike, because otherwise you are losing people, okay? So what I'm going to do the same treatment I did here, okay? So first of all, I need to know what is the nature of those. West, the number, a number. Okay, they are very small. They're tiny things, right? They're tiny things. Region, but still, it will be. I will show you that despite the fact that they are tiny, and here you have a big text here, it's better to have the same size. Okay, you better to have the same size. Why? Is because I'm going to tell something that will make Richard laughing. You must take care of what we call the verticality. Vertical. You need to keep things vertical.
Verticality.
Because it is more understandable. Let's explain. When you go, when you read a newspaper, okay, when you have a newspaper, newspaper. When you have a newspaper, okay, what do you have on the newspaper? Even old one, verticality, vertical, and you have columns. Okay, let's take this one for example. It's vertical, vertical here. It's vertical here, vertical here. It's vertical all over the place. This is vertical as well. On in all countries, this is vertical. Okay, this is vertical. So the vertical, this is vertical. One column, two column, three columns. Okay, and it's vertical. Okay, so verticality is important, must be followed as a rule all time.
Hey,
See,
Nick. So, question. I'm gonna cut in on your verticality here real quick. Elzo's asking if the colors that show up on the Mac here show up on are identically the same on Windows, or they're pretty close, or
no,
as
the same.
yeah, they're generally pretty close, if not identical. The fonts
Uh,
tend to vary a little bit, which is a
yeah,
different topic, but yeah.
that's why I don't go rogue on the fonts. Actually that's a good it's a good thing that we talk about that. Don't go rogue with the fonts. Like like this with one font, and this with another font. Well, I picked the same, and then another font here. Uh, you know, so you don't go wrong with the fonts. You must stick with one font, and that's it. Okay. Also, we never, ever, ever, never use italic, or 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 for one specific reason, and I'm going to explain that later. Uh,
I used italics yesterday.
yeah, I don't. No, it's we never use italic on the computer UI. We don't use it. By it's a general because depending on the screen where you what's the name? Depending on the screen where you are, when you where you display, it can be very bad. So let's continue. So this, let's say I want plain. Okay, so I need to type this again. So it's survey uh, characteristics. Okay, so this is my number third tab here. So let's put this here and let's put this here. Okay, so I have my third. Let's put this contact info. Contact info. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Okay. Okay. So let's do the same treatment for those characteristic here. Okay. So note gray highlight field are auto calculation. Okay. So why do we need that information? I'll show you how to do the treatment on those. Okay, so let's select the fields. See all those fields. This. So this one, I think it's a satellite of another one. So let's do this. Okay, let's. Oh, it's because I have different style. Okay, let's do this. So slide minimal. Okay, so and let's do this too. So let's explode those. See, they are not really practical to manage when they are organized that way. Okay, because see, it's because it's not vertical but horizontal, right? So survey, personality code, exclusion code, exclusion code. Okay. X exclusion by date. Okay. Then I have this one, the match ID. So obviously there's two columns here. So we are going to articulate those on two columns. Okay. Here. So pretty much instead of being horizontal, we are just going to present them vertical. Okay. where don't remember where this one was. Hold on. Degree, highest degree, highest. Oh, okay. They're here. Oops. Okay. So we are going to transform whatever was horizontal into a vertical things. Okay. So we use the same technique here. So here for those two, they are this one is different because it's a drop down menu. So I have the same for drop down menu here. So now they're all the same. They have all the same treatment. So let's do the same here. Left, and we are going to do this. Okay. Let's select those. Oh, something I want to tell you. Maybe you don't know. Let's say you have a layout, right? And you want to select only those. Okay. Only the same. You want to select the same type of object, like fields, for example. You go here, and you get select same. So see here. Let's say you want to select all the field. If I say select all, I select all. But if you say you want to select same, that means you want to select edit boxes. You go edit. You press. I don't think people are dying. I think they are watching.
Oh, they're very engaged here. Okay, and other people are saying they've never seen that either. Yeah, so yeah, everyone went holy shit. I'm not allowed to say holy shit, so it's holy beep. They don't know beep. They didn't see that before beep. Right, that whole out thing. Right. So Ron.
Yeah.
Okay, David says it's another hack. So
it's not the hack. It's not.
he did. I swear he said that. That's not me. Other people think you're hacky too. So
I'm not hacky. I'm using the products. To be honest with you, I've learned this same thingy when I was at FileMaker.
Oh, you cheated! You cheated! You went to headquarters and they taught you that.
Yeah, and it's the what's the name? It's Clay that showed me that for the first time.
He's probably the only one that knows about that. I mean, what other? You know, that's the thing. We gotta hire someone just to go through every possible button and hold the Option or Alt keys down, Shift keys, and just see what the magical. Because there's actually like hidden functions in the product that you don't know. They don't document. There's like hidden commands and stuff you can do. They don't even tell people about it. So
yeah, I know that FileMaker love to do that. You know that they don't say nothing about things that we need to discover by ourselves. But this one, it was kind of very hidden.
right.
You know.
All right. Well, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and finish. But everyone was like blown. I mean, like, well, maybe TK 55678 Stormtrooper knew what it was, but I didn't. I sure didn't. So, yes.
Okay. So I want to finish this because I want to finish the treatment on those things, because you will see it will be kind of very interesting to. Okay. So here I'll show you something, a trick of mine. So this is a little bit too large. So I'll select those, make them smaller, select those, make them the same size. So let's say I want to align those two perfectly. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I align. So I'm going to align this one here. See, this one is aligned, and this one is going to be aligned too. Okay. So I'm aligning those, the first and the last. I select this, and voila, they're all aligned. They're all aligned with this. Why? Because I am freaking consistent. They're all the same size. They're 29 on 8. This is 14 on 8. They're all the same 8, all the same size. So that means I can align this one and align the top, align the bottom, and then you select all, and then this here, the distribute vertically works. And I saved maybe half an hour of work doing this. So now that I have my two column here, right? You will say, okay, now you need to take care of the text that is here. Okay, that's what I want to show you. So here there's a text here, oh, the exclusion region is a text. Okay, so it's even better. So where oh, it's here. Okay, sorry. So this is the exclusion reason. Okay, exclusion reason. So I'm doing exactly the same treatment here. So I'm doing this. I'm saying, okay, tiny field label. Okay, and here's slide minimal here, and they all. So here I'm doing this. Okay, oops, this one moved. Okay, so I'm doing this. Okay, so now you can see here I have this field here, and I'm putting the scrolling here. Okay, and I'm making this field to be expandable in the 8th. Okay, so I want this field to expand in the 8th. Okay, so Verdana, why is not on Verdana? Okay, Verdana. Okay, so now this is okay. This is done. I have the yes stuff here. I don't even know what it is. Special export flag. So let's put it here. Yes, and you put there here. Revert. Yes. This tiny field label. So you keep the same design, the same consistency. Okay, and this here need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one. Okay. So I have this. So let's see how it looks. Why this field is okay. Hold on. Why this field is not inside? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Let me. Okay. So let's see how it looks. So I have my general info, my contact info, and my survey characteristics. So what is most clear to read between two? This one, this one, this one. Which one is the easiest to read? I'll ask you the question.
I think Nick, the trick would be on this is that you'd want to expose. I think over here we get into this issue of visibility and communicating that. Obviously, this is too much here. You'd have to figure out just the elements that they need in their business process that they would need to see, like that way they know what they're looking. They can identify what they're looking at, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing here. As you can see, the default open drawer.
Okay. So that's
you don't arrive like this. You arrived like this.
So the data that you really have to see initially, you have to load into that first accordion. Right?
Yeah. No. When you land, it's open for you.
Yes.
So it's not closed. Or you can have another treatment. Okay. For the accordion, let me see where it is. Here. So I have accordion. This is static. This is the most important. See, this is static, and then
static. Yes. We do have a quick question. So Ken wanted to ask a bit back. Nick talked about select versus embrace. I don't know if that's a typo or not with the command key. I think that's where you're selecting layout mode. That's all. It's just like touching it or not touching it. I think that's that. Or we.
So on the Mac, hold on. So on the Mac, you tap this key.
Okay.
On the PC, it will be this one.
Okay, and that's how. Yeah,
that's Alt.
Okay.
See, so this.
Yeah, where you touch it or that one. Yeah. So the dark one is the legacy one. That's where you have to completely contain it inside. What do you call that, Nick? Is there a title for that?
The one, which one?
The dark one. What do we call that? I mean, that's the legacy one that we've had forever, right? The old one, right? When you select the darker box, right? The darker box. What do we? Not yeah.
Which? This one.
Yeah. What do we?
This one, yeah, it's contain.
It's contains, right? Yeah, it's a contain select, and then the other one is a touch. Do they call it touch, or what do they call that? Just
I don't remember that. I know that's a terminology. I can do some research. It's a terminology common to all softwares.
Yeah. It's one that contains, the other one it's just basically touching it mechanically. Yeah. So, is there Bob wants to know, is there an example of the accordion file available? And that's the red downtown, right?
Yes.
Nick?
Yes, you have it.
Yeah.
The red downtown.
Red downtown. Let me see if I can find that for these guys.
And if you want this, if you want this, the slick design. This design here,
yes,
you have it on the FM Launchpad.
Okay, so the Launchpad. So those of you were letting you know earlier. We scrolled up. You had the, if you went to the training, if you go to the fmtraining.tv. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna jump out of your screen here briefly, Nick. Let me see if I can minimize that down. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to move Nick over out of the way. So if we go to the FM training live, so this is our live here. If you want to see the individual courses here, you come over here to Lean Designs. It's a free course that Nick put together last year. And the idea is that if you want to go to the sample downloads right here, this is a big pile. And in here is the Launchpad, which is basically this sample file over here. If you're looking for the red downtown, I think that's at fmstartingpoint.com, Marketplace, and then you can come to the red downtown right here and get it there. So that is that one. And then Energy is another one. Red downtown has got the accordion in it specifically, if that makes sense. So, all right, Nick, back to you. Although we are needing to land here. We're 11 minutes from, we're past bingo fuel, 11 minutes and the engines are going to flame out. Okay.
Yeah. So no, just I want to end this by saying, okay, do you see that I don't have buttons? There's no buttons here. Very small amount of buttons, and when I have one, it's like the button has two. What's the name? The button has two meaning. First of all, as you can see, this is a great example here. I say add component line item. So if I have a button that has a plus that is named add component line item, you implicitly understand, I don't need a book to teach you, that the list below is all about component line items, correct? So you don't need a title saying component line item and a button saying add component line item. The button has two functions. First, to be the button to add a line item, and the other function is to tell you what this is. So it's doing action and information at the same time. So you limit object in the layout. What you need to do, you need to limit object in the layout as much as possible. This is the end of the course of today.
All right.
So tomorrow we are going to review what's the name? How to make those buttons in a way that is cool and easy to manage, and we are going to take care of those here. Okay.
Yep.
With large names like that.
Okay, so tomorrow what we want to do is that we want to start off. There's a really good question here. I'm gonna give it to you now because we're not gonna ask it right now. But Candido said is you ready for this, Nick? And you probably want to lead with this tomorrow. In the past, we used to see most of the navigation buttons at the top.
Yes.
I personally still prefer that myself. Now, that being said, he goes, now we see more and more on the left. What are your thoughts on the subject? And if you want to know what Nick's thoughts are on the subject, you have to come back tomorrow. Yes?
Good. This is a good say. Yeah, you want to know who killed the colonel?
Who killed JFK? You have to come back tomorrow. We have all that information. So, All right, great. Well, it's an awesome day. Real quick reminder for those of you who have not done this, we do ask that you put a review out about the training that you're going through. Make sure you mention the words FileMaker in there and how it's helping you with FileMaker. For those of you who have not done this, please do it for us. We really appreciate it. It does help us. This is actually a Google managed review system. That way people can see what you think about the training that we put together for you here. All right, it's bit.ly RCC review. We really appreciate that. Nick, any parting comments? So tomorrow you want to start off with that top versus left thing. And once again, I'm still kind of a top guy. I like that. But
that's a physical reason for that, and you can't argue against it. So I can't wait tomorrow.
You're going to tell me that physically I'm dumb. Okay, that's fine, no problem. And then if Colleen wants to reach out to us via email, Colleen, that would be.
Colleen, I have your email. I'm going to send you an email.
Okay, and that's fine. And then she also gets, because we've selected to tear her solution apart publicly.
And don't take, and I apologize, don't take anything personally.
Take it all personal. He meant it, every word of it. He hates you.
No, so, it's just a teacher teasing you, and it was, look, if I picked your solution because it was what's the name, interesting, right?
Yep. And then I want to make sure that Colleen does reach out. She gets the complete bundle from us for free. We're giving that to her, so she suffers, but then she gets great things in return for that. Yes. So cool. All right, guys, folks, everyone. Once again, I know you're putting the reviews here on the screen here, but these reviews, no one gets to see them. So if you want your comments to be seen, if you want FileMaker to pay attention to you, Claris Corporation to pay attention to what you think,